Hello and welcome to Open Table Adventures. As always, I am Dan the Baker, and today I have something special cooked up for you. This is a series we are calling Recipe for Adventures, where we're going to bring to you recipes inspired by all of the games on this channel, the stories we're telling, the characters, all about it. Today I have something inspired by Park Strangers, our Monster of the Week campaign that we just finished up the first season of. And so I have for you Park Strangers Trail Mix Bars. It is a layer of cookie, a layer of toffee, and a bunch of white chocolate and trail mix stuff all on top. It's so delicious, so easy, and I'm gonna show you how to make it. Okay, let's get started. I have my oven set to just a standard 350 degrees. I have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, just so we have everything ready to go while I mix the cookie portion of our bars. This is just my standard 1-2-3 shortbread recipe. It's called a 1-2-3 because it is 1 part sugar, 2 parts butter, 3 parts flour. You don't have to do the math, I already did it for you. So to my big red bowl here, I'm going to add a stick and a half of softened room temperature butter. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then to that I have a half a cup of granulated sugar. Just gonna throw it right on top. And we are going to cream them together. Now, I need you to look at me when I say this, right in the eyes. We are going to cream them together. We are going to get them light and fluffy. That doesn't mean you're gonna mix them for like 2 to 3 minutes until your arm gets tired and you wanna give up and you're like, oh, it's fluffy enough. No, when I say cream, I mean cream. It's gonna take at least 8 to 10 minutes, medium high on your mixer, and it will be light and fluffy like a little cloud, okay? Okay. And while that's going on, I'm going to tell you all about Park Strangers. Park Strangers is a Monster of the Week campaign that centers around 5, strangers who meet in a park. A special agent, a fake doctor, an influencer, a Midwestern mother, and a man with a raccoon all meet in Shenandoah National Forest. Those strangers quickly become a team dedicated to defending the park from a strange monster attack. Will they succeed in defeating this monster? Will they solve all the mysteries in this park? Will they learn more about the secret agency known as PET? Will Mary Edith reveal her trail mix recipe? All these questions and more will be answered throughout all episodes of Park Strangers. Check it out. Alrighty. This looks gorgeous. You can see it's light, fluffy, looks like a little cloud. Exactly how you want it to be. It's worth the work, I promise you. Now to this, I'm going to add 1 little egg. Oh, no shells, great. And then we are going to mix it just until combined. Don't want to overmix the egg, otherwise things get funky with the proteins. I won't get into the science, that will bore you. Now that that's all mixed in there, I'm gonna add in here, I have our 1.5 cups of flour and just a little bit of salt. I think I added like a half a teaspoon. You always want to add a little bit of salt to your sweet, makes everything better. I'm going to mix this until it's all combined into one cohesive dough. You might need to go in there with your spatula just to get the last little bit. Just totally fine, just means you're adding a little extra love. This is what your dough should look like, nice, cohesive, big old lump. And I have my prepared baking sheet here. I'm just going to throw in the dough, spread it out, just with my hands, because I like to get my hands a little dirty, until it is even across the entire bottom. You can also use a spatula, offset spatula, or like the back of a spoon if you don't want to get your hands dirty, but hey, we're park rangers here, so you know, aren't afraid of dirt. Alright, so I have it nice, evenly spread, side to side, corner to corner. If you see, I do have my parchment, have a little bit of a lip all around. That'll just make things 10,000 times easier when I'm trying to lift this out. We are now going to just throw our little base cookie into the oven at 350 degrees for about 7 to 9 minutes until it's nice light golden. And while that bakes, let's head over to the stove. Okay, I have you here over at my stove. Hello. To this big old pot right here, I'm gonna add another 1.5 sticks of butter. I'm gonna start that melting just on a medium heat. Once that's all a little melted, I'm just gonna add a cup of brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. You can use dark if you want. I don't judge. Now I know, British people, you're gonna be mad at me for calling this a toffee, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. So you're gonna mix together your butter and your brown sugar until everything is all melted and cohesive. Now I'm going to bring you guys up here so you can see everything is all cohesive and together, and I'm gonna let it boil for at least 1 minute. That ensures that all the fats in the butter are emulsified with the sugar and everything is groovy, gravy, and we can pour it on top of our cookie layer. Okay, so I've brought my cookie layer out of the oven, and I have my boiled toffee layer here. I'm gonna turn off the heat. Now I'm going to pour the toffee on top of the cookie layer. Now, carefully, I'm going to just kind of wiggle it around so that the toffee gets all over that gorgeous little cookie, baby. I don't know why I said that. I'm gonna put this back in the oven now for another 8 to 10 minutes. See you on the other side. Okay, I brought you a little closer so you can see everything better. Hello. I brought the cookie base and toffee layer out of the oven. I let it cool for just a couple minutes. Don't want it too piping hot. And then I'm going to pour the white chocolate all over top of it. It's best to get, speaking of, it's best to get chocolate chips because they have much more even meltitude. That's not a word. In general, but you can get any kind of chocolate you want. I got white chocolate because I wanted to, so. I am using the whole bag. This is a 12-ounce bag because I want a nice even layer of chocolate, a nice thick layer of chocolate, and a little bit for me. So we're gonna let this sit for just a couple minutes. The chocolate is gonna absorb the heat from the cookie layer. It's gonna look nice and shiny, and when it is that, well, I'll see, you'll see. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but all the chocolate chips are nice and shiny, ready to be all melty. If you find that your cookie's cooling a lot faster than you want it to, and the chocolate is not melting, you can just pop it back in the oven for just a couple minutes with the oven off. The residual heat will make sure everything is nice and easy smooth. Now I'm going to take my tiny little offset and I'm going to smooth out the chocolate into one single layer. You can also use just like a spatula or the back of a tablespoon, just whatever you have around. I'm gonna use the offset because I'm fancy. You wanna make sure don't go too fast and too rough because you might pull up some of that toffee layer and even some of the cookie layer if you're too rough. So nice and easy. I promise the chocolate won't seize up on you or anything if that's what you're worried about. Right, bada bing, bada boom. Nice smooth chocolate layer. You could honestly stop right here if you just want a little white chocolate cookie or whatever chocolate you have, but I'm extra. So I'm gonna add this little bit of trail mix. This I just got from the store. You can also make your own trail mix, but I'm not that extra. I'm just gonna sprinkle it on an even layer across the whole thing. Make sure every little bit gets a bite of trail mix. Now I'm just going to lightly press down so that the trail mix adheres to the chocolate layer. You don't want to press down too hard, or else you might just crumble the cookie underneath, and we don't want that. All right, and with that, hard part's done. I'm gonna let this cool about an hour. I'm gonna stick it in the fridge, take it out, cut it up, and we'll be back with the final product in 3, 2, 1. And there you have it. My delicious, yummy, sweet Park Stangers trail mix bars. Perfect for a day hiking out with your friends or family, or if you're lazy, sitting around pretending you're out hiking with your friends and family for an excuse to eat a cookie. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining me on this little recipe adventure. I hope you enjoy making and eating these as much as I am going to. Make sure you stick around here at Open Table Adventures. Check out Park Stangers. All episodes are available now for our first season. Check out all the interviews we have, all the other series and actual plays we have going on. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing we have coming up for you. And as always, you are always welcome to pull up a seat. Bye-bye. Welcome.